In a grand mansion surrounded by lush gardens and shimmering fountains lived Sophia, a young woman with a restless heart. Despite all the wealth and privileges, Sophia feels isolated in a world of appearances and superficialities. The lavish parties and social events, filled with plastic smiles and empty conversations, have never been able to fill the void in her chest. Since childhood, Sophia has always had everything money could buy, but she longed for something that couldn't be found in designer stores or stuffed bank accounts. Authenticity. She observed the lives of others, the simplicity and sincerity with which they lived, and wondered if she could ever experience the warmth of true friendships and the comfort of genuine love. Sophia's days were filled with planned commitments and coldly calculated scripts. Her parents, though they loved her, saw her more as an extension of their status than as the unique and sensitive person she was. Sophia knew they expected her to follow a predetermined path. Marry someone equally wealthy, manage the family business, and maintain appearances. But Sophia, with her rebellious and dreamy soul, desired something different. One night, as she looked out over the city, a daring thought crossed her mind. What if she could escape this world of illusions and live like an ordinary person, experiencing life in its purest and simplest form? What if, for a while, she could just be Sophia, without the weight of her fortune and her surname? Determined to discover the truth about the people around her and perhaps find a love not based on her money, Sophia decided to put into action a bold plan: to disappear as the young millionaire and reappear as an ordinary girl. She wanted to know who would truly care for her, who would love her for who she was, not for what she had. And so, Sophia began to plan her escape from the world of the rich and famous, to a reality where she could truly live, find sincerity, and maybe even true love. Sophia spent sleepless nights planning every detail of her transformation. She knew that to blend in among ordinary people, she would need to abandon all traces of her former life. With a racing heart and a mix of excitement and nervousness, Sophia began to outline her plan. First, she decided to completely change her appearance. Gone were the expensive dresses and sparkling jewelry. In their place, simple and worn-out clothes bought from thrift stores would give her an air of genuine humility. Her hair, always perfectly styled and treated in the most exclusive salons, would be cut and dyed a more discreet color, so that no one would recognize her. With her new appearance defined, Sophia chose a new name. She wanted something common, something that wouldn't attract attention. After much consideration, she decided to call herself Anna. It was a simple name, yet it carried a strength and simplicity that Sophia admired. The next step was to find a place to live. Far from the luxuries of her family's mansion, she searched for a small apartment in a humble neighborhood. Sophia used a pseudonym and paid the rent upfront with cash, ensuring that no one could trace her actions. The apartment was modest, with simple furniture and a cozy atmosphere that starkly contrasted with the opulent home she had left behind. Sophia also knew she would need a job, something to keep her busy and help her blend in with ordinary people. After some research, she decided to apply for a position as a cashier at a local cafe. It was the perfect job. She would be surrounded by people, could observe their interactions, and at the same time begin to understand the challenges and joys of everyday life. With her new identity nearly complete, Sophia devoted herself to learning skills she had never needed before. Cooking, cleaning, shopping on a limited budget. All these daily tasks were now part of her reality. She was surprised to find how much these simple activities made her feel more connected to the world around her. Before taking the final step, Sophia wrote a letter to her parents, briefly explaining her decision and asking them not to look for her. She knew it would devastate them, but she hoped that deep down, they would understand her need to find her own path. Finally, the day arrived. Sophia, now Anna, took one last look in the mirror. The reflection staring back at her was of a simple young woman, with eyes shining with determination and hope. She picked up a small suitcase with the essentials and walked out the back door, leaving behind the world she knew. She walked through the city streets, feeling free for the first time. Each step took her further from the old Sophia and closer to Anna, an ordinary girl in search of deep truths and real emotions. The journey had only just begun, and Sophia could hardly wait to discover what the future held. Anna walked through the streets of her new neighborhood, feeling a mix of excitement and apprehension. The place was completely different from what she was used to. Simple buildings, bustling streets, and small shops that seemed to tell stories of daily battles. Every corner held a surprise, and Anna felt like she was entering a world she had always observed from afar but never truly knew. Her first challenge was adapting to life in the small apartment. First, everything seemed like a game. Cooking in a tiny kitchen, cleaning the floor without help from maids, dealing with the constant noise of the city. It was all new and, in a way, thrilling. But quickly, reality set in. The simplicity that had once seemed charming began to reveal its hardships. Doing weekly groceries on a tight budget, for example, was a puzzle that required more skill than she had imagined. Anna encountered one of her biggest challenges when she started her new job at the cafe. On the first morning, her hands trembled as she put on the simple uniform. The lines of impatient customers, complex orders, and constant pressure to be fast and efficient were a baptism by fire. She spilled coffee, forgot orders, and on more than one occasion, had to hold back tears while apologizing to dissatisfied customers. The exhausting work routine was completely new to Anna. Physical fatigue added to emotional exhaustion, and at night, she collapsed into bed, her muscles sore from standing for so long. Yet, there was something gratifying about earning her own money, even if it was little. Every tip received, every thankful smile from loyal customers, brought a sense of accomplishment she had never experienced before. Another unexpected challenge was loneliness. Far from her old friends and family, Anna realized how much she missed companionship. Nights in the small apartment seemed endless, and the longing to talk to someone who truly knew her was overwhelming. There were moments when she wondered if she had made the right choice, if sacrificing her comfort and security was worth it in search of something more genuine. But loneliness also brought an unexpected opportunity for introspection. Anna began to understand herself better, to confront her fears and insecurities. She realized that, as challenging as this new life was, every small obstacle overcome made her stronger and more resilient. And gradually, she began to find joy in the little things: the fresh morning breeze as she walked to work, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee, the laughter of colleagues during breaks. The initial challenges were just the beginning of Anna's journey. Though difficult, each one brought her closer to her goal. And with each small triumph, Anna felt she was closer to discovering the truth about herself and the people around her. The road was long and filled with uncertainties, but for the first time in her life, Anna felt like she was truly living. The days at the cafe were intense for Anna, but gradually, she began to recognize familiar faces among the customers and co-workers. It was there that she met Carla, a young barista with an easy smile and bright eyes. Carla was full of life, with a contagious laugh that made everyone feel welcome. She was the first to approach Anna, offering help without hesitation when she saw her struggling to master the espresso machine. "You're doing great, Anna. Everyone makes mistakes at the beginning," Carla said, patiently showing her how to froth the milk correctly. Carla's kindness was a breath of fresh air for Anna, who was used to a world where kindness was often measured by what could be gained in return. The friendship between Anna and Carla quickly blossomed. They began to have lunch together during breaks, sharing stories and laughter. Carla talked about her dreams of opening a bakery and the challenges of balancing work and study. Anna, in turn, concocted a simple story about her previous life, omitting details about her true identity. Still, she felt that, for the first time, she had a friendship based on something real rather than appearances. In addition to Carla, Anna met Pedro, a talented musician who worked at the cafe to pay the bills while trying to launch his career. Pedro was a dreamer, always with a guitar slung over his shoulder, ready to play a new composition during breaks. He was kind and always willing to listen, offering wise advice with a calm smile. One night, after work, Carla, Pedro, and Anna decided to go to a local bar. It was a small, cozy place with soft lights and live music. Pedro took the makeshift stage and, to applause from the patrons, began to play. The melodies filled the air, and Anna felt connected to something bigger, a vibrant and welcoming community. As Pedro's music filled the air, Anna watched Carla dance and laugh with other friends. For the first time, Anna felt like she was part of something genuine. It wasn't wealth or status that kept her there, but the simplicity and sincerity of the connections she was forming. It was also at the bar that Anna met Mariana, an art student with an incredible talent for painting colorful and expressive murals. Mariana had a unique and inspiring worldview, and her conversations with Anna often delved into themes of self-discovery and personal expression. These new friends brought a richness to Anna's life that money could never buy. They welcomed her without judgment, accepting her for who she was at that moment, a young woman trying to find her way. With each new day, Anna felt she was getting closer to her true self, discovering the beauty in small things and the authenticity of the people around her. Anna began to realize that her quest for truth and love was taking on new meanings. It wasn't just about finding romantic love, but about discovering sincere friendships, genuine connections, and the simplicity of living an authentic life. And so, amidst the challenges and hardships, Anna found strength and joy in her new friends, feeling more alive and connected than ever before. Anna's days at the coffee shop were not easy. Each morning started early, with the alarm clock ripping her from the few moments of rest she managed to grab. Anna would get up, still groggy, and slip into her simple uniform before walking through the still dark streets to the small cafe. Work began before dawn, with setting up equipment and arranging tables. Anna quickly learned that the world of hard work was unforgiving. There was no room for errors, and the frantic pace demanded complete dedication and attention. Every coffee order had to be perfect, every croissant warm and fresh, and every customer served with a smile. Initially, her muscles ached from the physical effort, carrying heavy boxes of supplies, scrubbing the floor until it gleamed, and standing for hours on end was an exhausting routine. Yet, Anna found small moments of satisfaction in her tasks. The smell of fresh coffee filling the air, the sound of the espresso machine, and the smiles of satisfied customers made the work more bearable. Anna also began to notice the camaraderie among her co-workers. Carla, always upbeat, was there to offer a word of encouragement or a quick joke to ease the tension. Pedro, with his guitar always close by, sometimes played a soft melody during breaks, creating an almost magical atmosphere in the small cafe kitchen. One of Anna's most challenging moments was dealing with a particularly difficult customer. He was impatient and demanding, complaining about every little detail. With trembling hands, Anna tried to meet his demands, but nothing seemed to satisfy him. Finally, Carla intervened, offering a free coffee as a goodwill gesture. After the customer left, Carla patted Anna on the back and said, "Don't let people like that get you down. We've all been there." These small acts of support and solidarity began to mean a lot to Anna. She realized that hard work was not just about physical effort, but also about emotional and mental resilience. Life at the cafe taught her valuable lessons about patience, perseverance, and the importance of every small victory. Moreover, Anna began to earn the respect of her coworkers and regular customers. She became more efficient, learning to anticipate customer needs and solve problems quickly and skillfully. Each day, she felt more confident and capable, not just at work but in her personal journey. Hard work at the cafe also brought a new perspective to Anna's life. She began to cherish the little things more, like the simple pleasure of a well-made coffee or the satisfaction of a task successfully completed. These experiences were shaping her, making her stronger and more aware of herself and the world around her. Over time, Anna realized that she was beginning to find a new kind of wealth, one that was not measured in money but in experiences, learning, and human connections. And despite the fatigue and challenges, she felt she was getting closer to her true purpose, discovering the essence of life through hard work and the authentic relationships she was building. As Anna adjusted to her new life, family conflicts began to arise like shadows from the past that she couldn't ignore. Her parents, accustomed to a life of luxury and control, were unwilling to accept their daughter's absence without an explanation. One night, after a particularly exhausting day at the cafe, Anna received a message from her mother. The words on the screen shimmered with a mix of concern and frustration. "Sophia, Where are you? We need to talk. Please come home. Anna knew she would eventually have to face this conversation, but the idea of revealing her new life and choices made her apprehensive. She decided to make a call instead. Her heart raced as the phone rang. When her mother answered, the worried voice on the other end of the line was unmistakable. Sophia, for heaven's sake, where are you? We're desperate. Anna took a deep breath and, with a firmer voice than she felt inside, began to explain. Mom, I'm okay. I needed this time for myself. I wanted to understand the world in a different way, away from all the wealth and expectations. The response was a mix of shock and disbelief. Are you crazy? Away from wealth? What do you mean by that? Come home now, Sophia. This rebellious phase makes no sense. The conversation stretched on, becoming a heated debate. Anna's father also joined the line, his deep voice trying to assert familial order. Sophia, you have responsibilities. We've built a future for you. Squandering all this is reckless. Anna felt tears welling up, but she kept calm. Dad, I understand, but it's not about rejecting everything you've built. It's about finding out who I am, without all these layers of wealth. I need to know if people like me for who I am, not what I have. There was a prolonged silence on the other end of the line. Finally, her mother spoke more softly this time. But Sophia, we didn't realize you felt this way. We've always wanted the best for you. Anna sighed, feeling the pain and mutual understanding beginning to emerge. I know, Mom, and I love you for that. But this is a journey I need to take alone. I promise I'll be okay and I'll keep in touch. I just need you to trust me. The conversation ended with promises of regular messages and future visits. But Anna knew this was just the tip of the iceberg of family conflicts. Her parents were used to a certain control, and the idea of their daughter drifting away to live a life of simplicity was hard to accept. In the days that followed, Anna felt the tension from afar. Her messages to her parents were meticulously balanced, trying to reassure them that she was safe and happy while firmly maintaining her independence. The responses varied between her mother's cautious support and her father's silent disapproval. However, these conflicts also strengthened Anna. Every tough conversation, every argument, was a testament to her determination to live an authentic life. She knew the chosen path wasn't easy, but each step brought her closer to her truth. And so, amidst the challenges of work and family tensions, Anna continued her journey, carrying in her heart the hope that one day her parents would understand and accept her choice. Until then, she was willing to face any conflict, knowing that the pursuit of authenticity was worth every difficulty encountered. On a sunny afternoon, Anna was in the cafe, busy cleaning the tables after the morning rush. The doorbell chimed, announcing the arrival of a new customer. She looked up and saw a young man entering, his presence seeming to brighten the room. He had tousled brown hair, piercing green eyes, and an easy smile that immediately caught Anna's attention. He approached the counter and ordered a black coffee. "Just a simple coffee, please," he said, with a smooth and confident voice. Anna smiled and started preparing the order. As she did, she couldn't help but notice his calm and friendly aura. When she handed him the coffee, he thanked her with a warm smile and went to sit in a quiet corner of the cafe. In the days that followed, the young man, whose name was Lucas, became a regular customer. He always came at the same time, ordered the same coffee, and spent hours reading or working on his laptop. Anna began to look forward to his visits, eager for the brief moments of conversation they shared. He was curious about the world, always interested in hearing others' stories, and had a special way of making Anna feel seen and valued. One afternoon, when the cafe was quieter, Lucas struck up a more personal conversation with Anna. "So, Anna, tell me more about yourself. What brought you to work here?" The question, though simple, carried a genuine curiosity that disarmed Anna. She hesitated for a moment but felt she could trust him. "Well, I needed a change. I wanted to see the world in a different way, meet real people, and live a simpler life." Lucas listened attentively, his eyes locked on hers, as if absorbing every word. "That's very brave," he said. "Not everyone has the courage to step out of their comfort zone to seek something deeper. Over time, the conversations between Anna and Lucas became more frequent and intimate. They discovered they shared many passions and dreams. Lucas was a writer, passionate about capturing life's nuances in his words. He was in town researching for his next book, and each interaction with Anna seemed to inspire him more. One evening, after closing time, Lucas invited Anna for a walk in the park. The sun was setting, painting the sky with shades of orange and pink. They walked side by side, talking about their dreams and fears, and laughing at funny stories from their childhoods. In a moment of comfortable silence, Lucas stopped and looked at Anna with a gentle expression. "You know, Anna," he began, "you're unlike anyone I've ever met. Your strength, your quest for authenticity. It's inspiring." Anna felt her heart race, a mix of nervousness and excitement taking over. "I feel the same about you, Lucas," she replied, feeling vulnerable yet strangely safe. They continued walking, and when they finally stopped, Lucas gently took Anna's hand. "Would you like to see where this could lead us?" he asked, his eyes shining with anticipation and hope. Anna smiled, feeling a wave of happiness she hadn't experienced in a long time. "Yes, Lucas, I would love that." And so, under the starry sky, they sealed the beginning of something new and wonderful, a connection that promised to be as true and deep as Anna had always dreamed. Meeting love was a transformative chapter in Anna's life, bringing not just romance but also confirmation that her pursuit of a more authentic life was worthwhile. Every moment with Lucas was proof that true love could flourish even in the simplest and most unexpected circumstances. Anna's life seemed to be finally settling into a harmonious rhythm. Between her work at the cafe, her new friends, and her growing relationship with Lucas, she felt a genuine happiness she hadn't experienced in a long time. However, this tranquility was about to be shaken by a series of revelations that would make her question everything. One day, while working, Anna noticed a familiar face among the customers. It was Mariana, one of the friends she had recently made. Mariana seemed nervous, avoiding Anna's eyes as she placed her order. Anna felt a twinge of concern but decided not to comment at that moment. However, unease remained in her heart. That night, Anna received an anonymous message on her phone. "Be careful who you trust." The words were few but carried immense weight. Anna tried to dismiss it, thinking it might be some kind of mistake. Yet, the following days brought more disturbing signs. Pedro, the musician Anna often talked to, started acting strangely. He seemed more reserved, almost uncomfortable in her presence. Anna tried to confront him, but he always brushed it off, changing the subject or hastily leaving. Pedro's behavior heightened Anna's suspicions. She couldn't understand what was happening, but she knew something was wrong. The situation reached its peak when Anna decided to follow Mariana after work. She felt she needed answers, and the only way to get them was by confronting her friend. To her surprise, Mariana went to a discreet cafe downtown, where she met with Pedro and other co-workers. They sat at a table in the corner, speaking in whispers and nervously looking around. Anna hid in a corner, trying to listen to their conversation. What she heard left her stunned. Pedro was telling the others about Anna's true identity. "She's wealthy," he whispered, "daughter of one of the most influential families in the city. She's here hiding for some reason. Can you imagine what we could do with this information?" Mariana looked uncomfortable but said nothing to defend Anna. Instead, the others began discussing ways to take advantage of the situation. Anna felt a mix of anger and betrayal. These were the people she believed were her friends, people she had shared her stories and insecurities with. She quietly stepped away, her heart heavy. She needed a plan. That night, she told Lucas everything, and he listened attentively and with concern. "You need to confront them, Anna," he said, "but don't do it alone. I'm with you." The next day, Anna arrived at the cafe early. When Pedro, Mariana, and the others arrived, she was waiting. "We need to talk," she said, her voice firm. They followed her to a room in the back, where Anna finally confronted them. "I know you know who I am," she began, "and I know what you're planning. I thought you were my friends, but now I see I was wrong." Pedro tried to deny it, but the guilty expression on his face betrayed him. "Anna, we just wanted to understand why," Mariana said hesitatingly. "Understand why?" Anna replied angrily. "That doesn't justify what you were planning. I chose this life to find genuine people, to see who I am without the weight of my family. And you, all of you, have proven to be exactly the kind of people I was trying to distance myself from." The silence that followed was heavy. Mariana started crying, while Pedro hung his head in shame. "We're so sorry, Anna," he finally said. "I'm so sorry." Anna sighed, feeling a deep sadness. "I wanted to believe in you. I wanted to believe I could find true friends here. But now I see I was mistaken." She left the room, feeling more alone than ever. Lucas was waiting outside, and she threw herself into his arms, finding comfort in his support. Despite the pain, Anna knew this experience had taught her a valuable lesson, and with Lucas by her side, she was determined to continue her search for authenticity, even if it meant facing more challenges along the way. Time passed after the incident with her fake friends at the cafe. Anna found solace in Lucas's arms, who became her safe haven amid emotional turmoil. They had grown even closer since then, sharing not only moments of joy but also of reflection and mutual growth. One night, while they were together in the small apartment Anna had discreetly rented, Lucas suggested that they had something important to discuss. Intrigued and a bit nervous, Anna agreed. They sat on the couch, and Lucas began to speak with a seriousness she had never seen before. "Anna, there's something I need to tell you," he began, choosing his words carefully. "I'm not who you think I am." Anna frowned, confused. "What do you mean?" Lucas took a deep breath. "I'm not just a writer researching for a book. In fact, I'm much more than that." His mysterious tone made Anna's heart race. "Lucas, what are you talking about?" He hesitated for a moment, as if deciding how to continue. "Anna, I'm not a simple writer. I'm actually an investigative journalist. I'm here to uncover a story that could change a lot of things." Anna felt a knot form in her stomach. "A story? About what?" Lucas looked into her eyes with intensity. "About your family, Anna." The words hit like a bombshell. Anna was speechless, trying to process what she had just heard. "My family? What do you mean?" Lucas then explained that he had been sent to delve deep into the financial operations of Anna's family's company. "Your family is very powerful, and there are rumors of unethical activities behind the scenes. I came to uncover the truth." Anna felt a whirlwind of emotions: anger, shock, betrayal. "Are you telling me that our entire relationship, everything we've shared, was just a facade for you to get information?" Lucas held her hands, desperate for her to understand. "No, Anna, it didn't start that way. I didn't plan to get emotionally involved. But as we got to know each other, I started to question things. I knew there was more than just a story here. There was a real person, an incredible woman who was trying to find her way." Tears streamed down Anna's face as she struggled to accept what was happening. "I thought I had found someone I could trust, someone who understood me." Lucas hugged her tightly, apologizing repeatedly. "I know I hurt you, Anna, and it was never my intention. But now that everything is out in the open, you need to decide what to do. I'll be here, no matter what you choose." And so, in the quiet of the apartment, Anna faced the revealed secret that turned her world upside down. She didn't know how to move forward, but one thing was certain. Her quest for authenticity and truth had just become much more complex. The days that followed the revealing encounter with Lucas were like a whirlwind for Anna. She found herself at an emotional crossroads, torn between the desire to confront Lucas and the need to understand what was truly happening with her family. Every moment was an internal battle between the love she felt for him and the betrayal she experienced. Anna decided she needed clear answers before confronting Lucas. She delved deep into investigation on her own, researching everything she could about her family's company operations. What she found was a complex mix of information: accusations of corruption, market manipulation, and shady connections with influential politicians. Meanwhile, her relationship with Lucas grew tense. He desperately tried to regain her trust, explaining his reasons for keeping secrets and promising to protect her at all costs. But Anna's heart was broken, unable to fully accept his apologies as she confronted the magnitude of what she had discovered. The confrontation finally took place on a rainy night when Anna confronted Lucas in his apartment. She was surrounded by papers and documents proving her family's questionable activities. Lucas was tense but determined to face the consequences of his actions. "Why didn't you tell me the truth from the beginning, Lucas?" Anna asked, her voice tinged with hurt and confusion. He approached her, trying to hold her hands. "Because I didn't know how it would affect you, Anna. I knew it would be difficult, but I never wanted to hurt you." Tears streamed down Anna's face as she struggled to find words. You broke my heart, Lucas. I thought I had finally found someone I could trust." Lucas lowered his head, unable to meet her disappointment. "I know, and I regret it every day." The tension in the air was palpable, both feeling the weight of what was at stake. Anna finally pulled away, looking at him with renewed determination. "I need some time, Lucas. Time to think, to understand everything that's going on." He nodded, his expression filled with sadness and regret. "I understand. I'll be here when you're ready." And so, Anna faced the toughest decision of her life so far. She knew she couldn't go back. Her journey for truth and authenticity had led her down a painful path, but she was determined to move forward with courage and resilience, whatever the cost. The days dragged on for Anna as she struggled to reconcile her emotions. Lucas's revelation about his true mission deeply shook her emotional foundations. Every moment was an internal battle between the love she felt for him and the betrayal she experienced. She felt lost in a sea of uncertainties, unsure whom to trust or which path to take. Anna immersed herself in the investigation of her family's shady activities. Nights turned into early mornings as she devoured reports, documents, and evidence confirming her worst suspicions. With every page turned, her heart broke a little more, confronting the brutal reality of her family's legacy. Meanwhile, Lucas kept his distance, respecting the space she needed to process everything. He sent occasional messages, expressing his support and readiness to help in any way he could. But Anna was on a solitary journey, a journey to understand her own identity and the legacy she carried. On a stormy night, Anna finally found the missing piece of the puzzle. A forgotten file, hidden in the company's digital records, revealed the crucial connection she had been searching for. It was a shady financial transaction linking her family to a corruption scheme with enormous repercussions. The shock and pain she felt were overwhelming. This wasn't just a matter of business. It was a betrayal of trust to many people, including those who had worked in the company for decades. Anna felt an overwhelming responsibility on her shoulders, a responsibility to do what was right, no matter how difficult. She decided to confront her family the next morning. Armed with the evidence she had uncovered, Anna faced her father and the company executives in a tense meeting. Words were exchanged, accusations were made, and painful truths came to light. Her voice trembled with emotion as she exposed every detail, every shady transaction she had discovered. The silence that followed was deafening. Her father looked at her with a mix of shock and sadness. "How did you find out about this?" he asked, his voice barely contained anger. "I did my own investigation," Anna replied, her voice steady despite the emotional turmoil she felt inside. "And now I know what you've done." The words hung heavy in the air as the gravity of the situation settled over everyone in the room. Anna faced the toughest moment of her life, but she knew she couldn't run away from the truth anymore. She had found her voice and was determined to use it, not just for herself, but for those who had been affected by years of deceit and corruption. The revelation changed everything for Anna. She now faced an uncertain future, but one full of possibilities. What had begun as a quest for love and authenticity had turned into a fight for justice and redemption. And at the center of it all was Anna, a courageous woman who had found her true strength in the most challenging circumstances. The repercussions of Anna's revelation echoed through the corridors of the company and beyond. The news spread like wildfire, shaking not only the foundations of Anna's family, but also the trust of everyone involved. Newspapers swiftly picked up the story, turning it into headlines that resonated throughout the city. For Anna, the reactions were varied and intense. Some close relatives and friends bravely supported her decision to expose the truth, seeing her as a champion of justice. Others, however, distanced themselves, unable to cope with the magnitude of the scandal and its impact on their own lives. Her father, once an imposing and respected figure, now faced not only public outrage but also the weight of his own guilt. He withdrew into himself, confronted by the devastating consequences of his actions. The company executives, once confident and powerful, were now under investigation, subject to relentless scrutiny from regulators and public opinion. Lucas stood by Anna throughout the entire process, unconditionally supporting her in moments of doubt and vulnerability. His constant presence was a silent reminder that, despite all adversities, there was someone who believed in her and her pursuit of justice. As the dust began to settle, Anna faced the challenge of rebuilding her life. She had no illusions about the difficulties that lay ahead but found strength in her own resilience. What had started as a quest for love and authenticity had become something greater, a mission to do what was right no matter the cost. And so, Anna found herself at the center of a monumental chapter in her own story. She did not know what the future held but was determined to face it with courage and integrity. The lessons she had learned along the way transformed her from a young woman seeking love into a woman who had found her true purpose, to fight for a world where truth prevailed and justice was truly achieved. In the calm after the storm, Anna found a new balance in her life. The whirlwind of emotions that had consumed her gradually dissipated, leaving room for a sense of inner peace she had long forgotten. The family scandal, though painful and disruptive, eventually led to positive changes. Her family's company underwent significant reforms, with new leaders committed to transparency and ethics. Anna played a crucial role in this process, using her influence and determination to ensure that lessons from the past were not forgotten. Her relationship with Lucas flourished amidst the chaos. They found strength in each other during the toughest moments and shared a connection that had only grown stronger over time. Together, they faced the challenges that arose after the revelation, building a foundation of trust and mutual support that seemed unshakable. For Anna, the outcome was more than resolving a family scandal. It was about finding her own voice, embracing her true identity, and making choices that aligned with her deepest values. She discovered that courage came not just from physical or intellectual strength, but from the ability to confront her own weaknesses and challenges head-on. As she looked to the horizon, Anna felt deep gratitude for everything she had learned and achieved. The path had not been easy, but each obstacle overcome had shaped her into a stronger and more compassionate person. The future now seemed full of possibilities. Anna knew there would still be tough days and challenges ahead, but she was prepared for each one. She had found her purpose and her voice and was determined to move forward with courage and determination, ready for whatever new chapter life had in store for her. Click on the videos that are being recommended to you now.